Tyler, welcome. 'Tis the season, my man. How you doing?
Ho, ho, ho. You like my little Santa hat here?
I
Getting
do.
into festivities right now.
And I see the little elf on the shelf and everything in the
Hey, when
background.
you
It's
got little
very
kids, I've
festive.
got 1, 2 elf in the shelf. I got a couple reindeer right here. Yes, we are getting festive and in the season.
And I gotta tell you, the hat looks good on you, my
You
man. It
like
looks
that? You like
good.
the little Santa hat? Yeah, we got this last year, and I thought I'd showcase it off on today's podcast.
I love it. I love it. Well, I want to welcome everyone to today's podcast. If you have not gotten the gist of it already, today is "'Tis the Season for Risk: Holiday Hazards You May Have Overlooked." So, Tyler, we are going to talk about the holidays today and things that maybe for insurance geeks like us that we kind of think about during the holiday season. But first and foremost, I want to thank Tyler Banks for joining. And also, I wanna kinda get to know you a little bit. So, I wanna ask you just a couple quick questions,
Me? You wanna get to know me even more?
even more, 'cause we haven't had these conversations about the holidays.
I'm gonna take the hat off for this one because it's making me feel a little claustrophobic.
Okay, are you ready?
Let's go.
Alright. Holiday movies or holiday songs?
Oh, holiday songs for sure.
Are you we talking about holiday candy or holiday pastries?
Oh, holiday pastries.
Really? Which one is your favorite?
Oh, pumpkin. Tis it pumpkin everything, pumpkin pie, pumpkin rolls, pumpkin muffins, you name it, pumpkin candy, and anything with pumpkin in it. We are
Okay,
huge advocates of pumpkin. All right, Julie, you got me with a couple of this or that items. Your turn.
okay. I'm ready.
Holidays, sun or snow,
Sun.
real Christmas tree or artificial Christmas tree.
Artificial. That might be controversial, but I'd say artificial.
All right, ginger or pumpkin.
I would say pumpkin until December 1, and then I'd go ginger.
Okay,
Is that okay?
that works. That works. Favorite reindeer,
I would have to say Rudolph.
pajamas or sweaters.
Definitely pajamas all day long. Not just in the mornings, but all day on Christmas Day. And matching pajamas throughout the entire family.
All right, last. Favorite holiday movie?
Elf, by far.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really
Yes.
good one.
I love me some Will Ferrell. All right, well, let's get into the gist of it. Let's get in the meat of this podcast. Around the holidays, there's so much going on. There's a lot of gift giving going on. There's people that are traveling. There's people that are having parties, and there's a lot that we can kind of unwrap. Do you get that? Unwrap in this podcast. So I kind of want to talk a little bit and kind of give scenarios to our viewers about things that they might not think about. And one of the things that a girl always loves is some good jewelry, right? And it's something that as our clients are thinking about the holidays and gift giving, if it be around the holidays or if it be around any other special occasion, we need to make sure that people are insured properly for their jewelry. And I know that that has been probably the last on their list to take care of when they're purchasing a very expensive piece. But don't you agree? It's something that we need to think about and our clients need to think about making sure and calling and getting that added to the valuable articles policy, because if for something happens to that piece of jewelry, or it might even be an expensive piece of art or whatever it might be, I mean, it could be devastating, for not only the gift giver, but also the receiver.
Have you been talking to my wife, Julie? Because I feel like this is something that she just set you
No,
up on, talking about
I
jewelry because, yes, I
I do
you know,
have her
this
number.
yeah, just speaking of personal experience, absolutely. As soon as if I'm getting something nice for my wife, even for something nice for my child, if they're graduating from college, graduating from high school, we like to give them something, to memorialize that event. And the first thing we do is I get the receipt and I send it to my insurance carrier to make sure that it's a scheduled item on the policy. Because I will tell you, one of those items, we were in Hawaii this past summer, and guess what? Took off the necklace so that we could go, snorkeling, go in the ocean, and we never saw that necklace again. So it's something that happens frequently. And after you get the item, you don't think about insuring it. So it's always best to just common practice. As soon as you purchase the item, just send that receipt off to your insurance broker, to your carrier, and make sure that that item gets scheduled.
Yeah, I think it's easier sometimes with jewelry, especially an expensive piece, because the jeweler will many times say, make sure and get this insured, right? Or call your insurance or add that to your policy. But I don't think that once the excitement has kind of worn off and you know, the gift is given, it kind of goes to the wayside and it's kind of forgotten. So I think that's something that we really need to kind of think about when it comes to adding and insuring the presents or the gifts that you're giving or getting, I should say.
And I would also clarify as well, Julie, because not all fine art or jewelry policies are created equally. And what does that mean? For instance, the price of gold. If you look at the price of gold now versus just 5 years ago, we are hitting an all time high right now as we speak for gold prices.
Hmm.
So, with gold prices skyrocketing, if you bought a nice Cartier bracelet, wedding ring, earrings, necklace, and you're stuck at that price, if it's lost or if it's stolen and you go to replace that item, there's a very good likelihood that you're not going to be able to get that same item.
Yeah.
So some jewelry policies allow for an appreciation, right? So it's built in some appreciation if the item, the price of gold goes up, and now they've got an appreciated asset that they need to go out and acquire. There's some movement there. And or we also recommend how often, I mean, let me ask you this, how often do you recommend your clients to go out and get items appraised, especially for those high valued items?
I would say once every 3 years at a minimum. I think that because especially when you're talking about metals and gemstones, they fluctuate in value so much, and to your point, right, that, the insurance companies, some, not all, will give that cushion, which you said, the appreciated, valuation as a guaranteed replacement cost, many times up to 50% of what that item is valued at. So it is something that you might have a little bit of a cushion, but it's not gonna be a cushion if you don't add it, right? So it's a moot point if it's not even on the policy.
So you say 3 years. You say 3 years is what you recommend clients. I'm curious, how often do you think clients actually appraise their items? What we recommend versus what clients are actually doing.
I would be generous if it was once every 10 years. The other thing that kinda goes out that happens a lot around the holidays are people's parties, right?
Mhm.
And people coming over to celebrate either a holiday party before the actual holiday or the evening of. And so that's something that we need to talk about our clients as well, is making sure that when they're inviting those people, if it be just a small gathering of just close friends and families, or if it be, 100 people having, a holiday party at their house, we need to have those conversations with our clients.
I'm a big advocate of the ugly sweater parties. That's one of our favorites that we can go, we can match and just have fun. And listen, holiday parties are just this is what we have. This is what one of the benefits of being a social environment, going out there and celebrating the holidays with your loved ones. But with that comes risks and exposures that you should be aware of. If there's alcohol being served at the event at the party, that's an additional risk component that you need to be careful of and make sure that you're aware of those individuals coming to your home. Another item that you need to be aware of is also if you have individuals in your home and maybe they're friends of friends and they go around the home and they start snooping around, and that's where you can get mysterious disappearance of items, jewelry, other kind of valuable items go missing in those types of events. So lock doors, right? Keep your party into a location where everyone's located so people can't go off into other parts of your home. Those are just some common things that people should be aware of as they go and celebrate the holidays.
I know, like, with our family, with my immediate family, my husband and my 2 children, we don't have family, like, other family members that are close in proximity. Um, they're all states and states away, right? So, we had a tradition of we went and traveled during the holidays, and it was always a good time to travel because the boys were out of school. It was always their break, and we were able to go and do our family trips around the holidays. And that was something that I taught them early on was it's all great to go travel and see all these different places, but we don't post anything or document anything on social, especially on social media, or tell anyone that we are anywhere other than home until we're after we actually get back home. Because that's when, you know, crime occurs and people stalk, social media, and they look at social media and they look at things and see when people are gone. And holidays are a big time for that.
Wise counsel, Julie. Unfortunately, some high profile athletes last year, were burglarized while they were playing games. I mean, this was widely publicized as they knew they were gonna be out of the home because they were playing a professional, in this situation, it was a professional football game. They knew they're gonna be out of the home, and that was prime time for these individuals, for these, burglars to go in and take advantage of that situation. So don't give individuals like that an opportunity or a reason to come visit your home and burglarize it when you're out of town. I know, like within my own community, there was a very sophisticated group of individuals that were parking their cars and they were monitoring when people were coming and going. So they had actually monitored. This was a couple right down the street from us, monitoring what every day they had soccer practice at the same time, and the family was gone for 2 hours. So they went in and burglarized this family when they knew they were going to be away at their soccer game, and it was a smash and grab in and out in 30 minutes. So in these types of situations, you need to have a security system, right? And I will say probably a lot of people have security systems and don't activate it. They don't think, oh, if I'm going to go away, a soccer game for 2 hours, do I need to activate my security system? They probably aren't thinking of that. So there are things that you should, number one, you're right. Let's not advertise to the world where we're going to be in real time, which is hard to do, where everyone in social media
Especially
wants,
for children,
oh,
especially for children when
heavens.
they're so excited, right?
I have no idea, Julie, what you're talking about.
None, none. Well, Tyler, I wanna thank you so much. Thank you so much for your insights with the holidays. I know that you're a big holiday person, and I appreciate you spending time and giving, our viewers some tips and tricks, and it's always good to kinda have a checklist around the holidays so you don't forget because there's a lot going on, around that time of year. So, I just wanna thank you again for joining.
Of course, and don't forget, guys, Santa is watching. He knows if you're naughty or nice. So make sure you're on the nice list, guys.
Always the comedian, always the comedian. Thank you so much, and for those viewers, please stay festive and stay protected.